Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I am your host, Jennifer Morilla, and this YouTube channel is for creators, coaches, and service providers who are looking to grow their business using social media. If that's right up your alley, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I drop these videos every week just for you, and I greatly appreciate it. But if you do stick around, please do give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment below because I respond. Or you can find me on Instagram somewhere on the screen because I definitely reply to all of the DMs that I get from you guys. Okay, let's dive in, shall we? Because today is interesting. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to find your niche. This is the literal most question I get asked in my business is how do you find your niche? How do you niche down? Where do you niche down? How do you do it? All of the things. So I'm gonna walk you guys through that today. I'm gonna talk about defining the niche. I'm gonna talk about evaluating your passions and your skills, figuring out if there's a market for your niche, and researching the competitor. And then last but not least, I'm gonna teach you guys how to test out your niche. Make sure you stick around to the very end because I do have a little surprise for you that you do not want to miss. Okay, so let's dive in and let's begin with defining your niche. What is a niche, ladies and gentlemen? So let's define what a niche is. And I quote, as I read, niche is when you focus on specific interest, group, or demographic and hone in on the topics that are relevant and interesting to a specific group. Got it? Okay, so this is effective when you're starting an online business or if you're starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is. Or maybe you just want to start a social media platform, a social media channel, maybe on Instagram, and you really want to focus on how to niche and do that. And so finding a niche is really, really relevant. A niche can be defined in any category. So it can be as simple as starting an online business and teaching people how to start online businesses like I do. Or maybe you're a health coach and you are only focusing on working with females who have dietary restrictions based on hormonal or body immune disorders. I said that correctly. Or something along the lines of that. But getting really, really specific about what it is that you do for people and how it is that you help them, it's really the underlining key you want to remember when you're trying to figure out your niche, okay? Now, evaluate your passions and your skills is the next thing we want to dive into on how do you figure out what that niche is, right? So my first recommendation would be to evaluate what you love to do. What are your skills? And there's 3 things I want you to consider. I always tell people, make a list of everything that you love to do and then highlight the things that you are really good at and circle the things that people normally come to you for. I remember when I started my journey as an online entrepreneur, I started as a social media manager, and a lot of people came to me as a social media manager because they were like, you kill it on Instagram, you kill it on Facebook, like teach us your ways, tell me how you do it. And so I built an online platform and started my social media platform. Now, this was a very, 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 very long time ago, back in the day. But anyways, and today I obviously teach people how to build businesses using social media. But you want to think about that. You want to think about how what do you love to do? Because that's the most important thing. And I say this to everyone who's always trying to figure out their niche. If you do not love what you do, then don't do it. Because it's one thing to say, I want to start a business about finance and I don't love finance, but it's what everybody wants to hear about, so I'm going to do it. Like, no. You want to make sure you love it because you will be talking about this until you're blue in the face. I talk about building an online business till I'm literally blue in the face every day, all day. But I love it and I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's that. So again, make a list of everything you love to do. Then circle the things that you're really good at and highlight the things that people come to you for. And if this is like where you get really stuck, then I always invite you to ask your friends and family what they think you're good at. Something as simple as asking friends and family what they think you're good at really changes your perception of what people actually think you're good at. And it really opens your mind to broaden of what you could possibly create if you're trying to create a business, or maybe it is a YouTube channel. Okay, so this is perfect because this leads me to number 3. Making sure that there is a need for your niche. Now, I say this all the time. If you are not solving someone's problem, you don't have a business, what you have is a very expensive hobby. So you want to make sure you're diving into this part very intentional, right? If you figure out what your passion is and you figure out what you're good at, what people see you for, then you want to start asking around, not only continuously asking them what they come to you for and how they see you as an expert or as someone who really knows what they're talking about, but also how can you help them? How can you best serve them? What are they struggling with in that field that they think you can offer them a solution to the problem, basically, right? Okay, before I move on, let's hold the phone here because I want to take a second to invite you guys to my mini course, which literally teaches you how to validate an online business idea. So that means that I talk about a lot of what I'm talking about in this video, but even more in depth, and I give you actual strategic strategies that you can actually utilize to figure out if your online business idea is a good one. You can probably find it in the description below. But again, it's free and it's about a 25-minute video where I walk you through this 5-step process that I use with my clients on how to validate a business idea. Okay, now let's get back to it, shall we? Market research. Market research is one of the most important parts of this entire process. Meaning, once you know what you're good at, once you know what people ask of you and want more of you, then you gotta hit the streets. Meaning, you gotta start asking people, how can you help them? What is it that they are struggling with in the field, in the category, in the industry that you are an expert, a professional in, etc. And this leads me to tip number 4. Research your competition. Now, I actually want to say that this can be done before you start talking to your friends and family or before you start doing your market research, but this is a step that definitely has to be done because I want you to start paying attention to your competitors. And this doesn't mean copy. That means look at the people that you admire in the industry and look and see what they've created and what they've done and how you can utilize that in your business, obviously tailored to you and in ways that really is different just for you specifically. Because remember, and the biggest pain point that I get from people is like, oh my God, everybody's already done this. Like, why do people need to hear from me? I just want to remind you that the way you do something is very different from the way I do something and everybody else. Like, you have the unique talents and skills and they are needed. So if you hear that voice in your head that's telling you, this has already been done, like, this isn't new, you don't need to do this, like, who are you to do this? That is just your comfort brain keeping you comfortable. And I really, really invite you to challenge that. And remember, it's totally normal. And what you're doing is different compared to anybody else. So taking this time to research competitors and really seeing what they've done. And when I say competitors, is not people at your playing field, but people above you, people that will be your competitors in hopes that you reach the level of them, right? Like, you want to reach somebody or research somebody who's like 10 steps ahead of you so you know what's possible for you. And not only can that help you open up your mind and really bring into that manifestation, but also help you run your business. Definitely something to think about. And last but not least, this is when you get to sit back and reap your rewards, ladies and gentlemen. This is when you get to test out your niche. So that means that if you created a product or a service based on the feedback of people and what they needed from you, you get to put it out there, you get to see if it's actually working, test it out. And if you're, I'm gonna say this, if you're an online service provider and you're selling something for the very first time, my recommendation is that you pull an audience of people and maybe do like a beta test or beta clients. I find this really, really helpful with the exchange that one, they give you testimonials and they give you feedback on how you're teaching something. So maybe it's a course that you're putting together, or maybe you wanna start doing one-on-one, just having a few clients and a few, I mean like 2 or 3 for like 30 days, really testing out your services and allowing them to give you feedback, and obviously in exchange for testimonials and social proof, because that is invaluable. When you can have that and then sell something with testimonials and social proof, people are much more likelier to buy. Something to keep in mind when you're testing out your niche. And remember, the point of this process when you are figuring out your niche, when you're creating a product or a service, is to test and tweak. And so I usually tell my clients that you want to test something out between 30 to 60 days. And after you've refined it, you've tweaked it, you feel really good about it, go ahead and put it out there into the market, into the ether. And maybe you're someone who is like, I don't have a product, but I really want to focus on a niche and I just want to get out there. That's totally cool too. I'm referring to testing in the sense that if you are a blogger and let's say you wanted to start blogging about healthy foods or organic foods, then it's about putting content out there consistently and seeing the feedback that you get from your audience. Start listening to what people are saying to you, what they're interested in, what they're curious about, all of those things. Make notes and make sure you have that somewhere. I usually like to keep my notes in my notes on my phone because I'm always on the go, and I will pay attention to the feedback and the objections and the pain points and the common questions that I am getting, because that basically tells me where I have is an opportunity to come in and help people who need it. All right, my friends, that is it, and that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was super valuable to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them below. And hold on one second. If you are ready to build your online business and you're ready to take it to the next level, I'm inviting you to my free masterclass, my 3 secrets to building and growing a wildly successful online business that is happening just for you. And you can catch it in the description below. I'll drop it there for you guys, and I invite you to watch it as I walk through the 3 things that you need to build a wildly successful online business like I've done for myself and for my clients. But until next time, my friends, I hope you have an amazing day and a great life, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.